Hello, loyal patrons. It's vmcampos. I've got a patrons-only exclusive video here. No one else will see this, except you, loyal patrons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a booster pack of some vintage magic. This is Alliances. Now, Alliances is one of the sets from my youth in the 90s when I first started playing. This is for the second of 3 from the old Ice Age block, but back in the day there was only 2 in this block. There was Ice Age and Alliances. Later on they did Cold Snap literally a decade later. So here's the description. As the age of ice recedes, Dominaria wakes from its long, cold sleep. Its people face a world torn by natural and political storms, and they must now join forces if they are to survive the coming years. For Dominaria, it is a season of struggle, an era of hope, but most of all, a time for new alliances. Join the struggle and forge the future. This was 245 when this came out. More info here. Copyright. Where's the copyright? 1996, the year I graduated high school. So this is printed by Cartamundi, and Magic was starting to come out of the Dark Ages because when I played in the beginning, Fallen Empires, 4th edition, etc., it was a pretty weak sets. Alliances started to get more powerful, and Mirage and such. So the most valuable card to look out for here is Force of Will, which is uncommon, which is about $70. We've also got Lake of the Dead, $26, and Helm of Obedience, $16. Now we've only got 12 cards to get a chance of getting those cards. And I don't know the order of rarity on these things, so I'm going to be looking them up as I crack the pack. All right, here we go. The first card is Nature's Chosen. It's a green enchant creature. Play on a creature you control. 0. Untap enchanted creature. Use this ability only during your turn, only once each turn. 0. Tap enchanted creature to untap target artifact, creature, or land. Use this ability only if enchanted creature is white and only once each turn. Art by Rebecca Gay. And let's see the rarity of this. This is an uncommon card. So the first one that we see is uncommon. Storm Elemental. 5 and a blue. Summon Elemental. Flying. Remove the top card of your library from the game to tap target creature with flying. Or remove the top card of your library from the game. If that card is a snow-covered land, Storm Elemental gets +1/+1 until end of turn. 3/4, art by John Matson. Storm Elemental is uncommon. Burnout. 1 and a red, interrupt. Counter target interrupt spell if it is blue. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Gotcha! Jaya Ballard, Task Mage. Art by Mark Rabe. So a counter spell in red, but only if it's a blue spell targeting. And then you can draw a card at the beginning of the next turn. This one's uncommon. So we've got 3 uncommons here so far. I think this is the rare. I think all of the lands were rare. Heart of Yavimaya. When Heart of Yavimaya comes into play, sacrifice a forest or bury Heart of Yavimaya. Tap, add green to your mana pool. Or tap, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Art by Pete Venters. Heart of Yavimaya is rare, and it has some value. It's about $3. So probably we've got the uncommons, the rare, and then the commons. Astrolabe. Artifact for 3, 1 and tap. Sacrifice Astrolabe to add 2 mana of any one color to your mana pool. Play this ability as an interrupt. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Art by Amy Weber. So you may recognize her logo there. Okay, well, for 4 mana, you get 2 mana of any color that you want. And this is common. Errand of Duty. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're into the commons now. Errand of Duty, 1 and white, instant. Put a knight token into play. Treat this token as a 1/1 white creature with banding. Glorious banding. Flavor text. May they speed to their task, for the Sky Knights alone cannot hold Keldor safe. Arna Kennerud, Sky Captain. Art by Julie Barreau. Barreau is actually one of the early Magic artists from the first generation of Magic cards in '93. Interestingly, this is an uncommon. I thought only commons would be coming up after this. Phyrexian Boon. 2 and a black, enchant creature. As long as enchanted creature is black, it gets +2/+1. Otherwise, it gets -1, -2. Phyrexia's touch is painful to all but the blackest of hearts. Gerda Eggisdottir, Archmage of the Unseen. Art by Mark Tedden. So some interesting removal, or a boon all in one. Very cool art. This is a common. And checking again, sorry, the Errand of Duty is a common as well in Alliances. It's just uncommon online. Wild Aether, 2 and a white. Summon Aether. Flying for strike. For white, +2/+0 until end of turn. You cannot spend more than white in this way each turn. High in the Karpluzans, death is swift and razor-clawed. Arna Kennerud, Sky Captain. He's got another quote there. Art by Greg Simonson. I believe this is one of the ones with alternate art, and it's common. Gorilla Chieftain. 2 green, summon Gorilla. 1 in green, regenerate. Power and toughness, 3/3. In the soil of leadership, sprout the seeds of immortality. Kaisa, Elder Druid of the Juniper Order. Art by Quentin Hoover. And this is common. Got 3 more cards. Whipvine, 2 and a green, summon Wall. Can block creatures with flying, so it's got reach. You may choose not to untap Whipvine during your untap phase. Tap target creature with flying, blocked by Whipvine. That creature does not untap during its controller's untap phase, as long as Whipvine remains tapped. Art by L.A. Williams. Power 1, toughness 4. This one I know has alternate art, and in the other one, the actual vine is holding a little bird. And it's common. Soldevi Heretic. 2 and a blue, summon Heretic. Interesting. White and a tap. Prevent up to 2 damage to any creature. Target opponent may draw a card. It cannot be! Soldev crushed! And my machine's to blame? Arkham Dagson, Soldevi Machinist. So again, the flavor text in this whole block was really cool. A lot of magic and ice and necromancers and stuff. Art by Mike Kimball. Power and toughness 2/2. This one is common. And the last card, Gorilla Berserkers. Ooh, I like this one. 3 green, summon gorillas. Trample, Rampage 2. Cannot be blocked by fewer than 3 creatures. Beneath Serenity may lie a hidden rage. Jaul Carthalion, Juniper Order Advocate. Art by John Matson. Now this has Trample, of course. Everyone knows that. But this has... everyone knows what that is. But Rampage is an extinct thing. This is Rampage 2. Whenever this creature becomes blocked, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn for each creature blocking it beyond the first. This is actually a very powerful card, because it says cannot be blocked by fewer than 3 creatures. So sending it to attack as a 2/3, your opponent probably won't block it. They try to chump block with a 1/1 weenie, well, 1 goes through, trample. But then, you start to pump up your berserkers with something else like giant growth, and now, suddenly, that's +3/+3, so you get a 5/6. Okay, your opponent might want to block that. Well, if they're going to block a 5/6, It says they have to block with fewer than 3 creatures, so it needs to be blocked with 3 or more creatures. Well, if they do start to then decide, okay, they're going to block with 3 1/1 creatures, Rampage kicks in. For every 1 blocker beyond the first, this gets +2/+2. So those 2 extras give this +4/+4. The Berserker gets even stronger and Trample goes even farther. I always like this card. So that was my pack there. Let's say this was in Booster Draft. What's pack 1, pick 1? Let's see. Probably I would go for the Gorilla Berserker and try to make a cool tribal deck, because if I get there were gorillas in this set for tribal, so I would probably pick that one first, and then if I get more gorillas, build a cool gorilla deck. Besides that, I don't really see other things that I like. Storm Elemental is not as strong as it could be, big casting cost. This is the only red card I got in the whole pack, so I can't base I can't figure out if that'd be good for future picks. The Astrolabe is pretty bad. Yavimaya, well, I'm going to be playing Forests, so maybe as I accelerate, I can stand to lose a Forest, and then I can give +1 to the Berserker. Regenerate on this could be fine. It's not that bad of a cost. So just based on this one pack, these green cards, maybe even get the whip as a wall. I'd say pack 1, pick 1 for this would be the Gorilla Berserkers. Maybe start some sort of Gorilla tribal deck here. So this was my first pack of alliances in over 20 years. Good nostalgia. I never had Yavimaya back in the day. I don't think I had a Heretic, but I had all of these other cards, even these over here, and the Astrolabe. So a cool land that I never had to add to my collection. So patrons, thank you for watching. I'm going to have more patrons-only videos. All your hard-earned money is going to go to good use. So tell other people if they're interested in magic stuff to become a patron over at patreon.com/vmcampos. See you next time.